Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Lethabo Mampana and I'm back again with another YouTube video. If it's your first time up in this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can become part of the family. If you already subscribed to my YouTube channel, shout out to you. You and I are buddies. Hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can be spread out to other people in recommendation. Then they can get to enjoy the good content that comes with this video. Guys, today is just another day in the life of a broke Forex trader where I'm simply trying to make my money off of Forex, trying to make money online in 2023. So guys, today's video is quite long, but I need you guys to please stick around so that you can find value in it, because it's very informative if you then put your mind to it, because I drop very important lessons into today's video. I wasn't intending to actually teach, but it just came automatically. So please stick around up until the very end of this video, and also make use of the WhatsApp numbers that you saw at the beginning of this video on the screen. So without any further ado guys, let's just hop right into my laptop screen and let me show you what I did in there. So the pairs that I looked into is GBP JPY, GBP NZD, as well as GBP USD. Then if maybe you have a different opinion to what you will see on the video, you can just simply leave me a comment in the comment section down below, or let's engage on WhatsApp, because I do have a WhatsApp group of traders, which is a community where we share trading ideas and everything. So without any further ado guys, let's get right into the video. Peace. Alright guys, this is GBP JPY and this is for our time frame that we are looking at the moment. So before we can go deep into the analysis, or before we can even commence with the analysis, guys, I want to let you know, or to remind you, for those who doesn't know, is to let you know that we do have a WhatsApp group, which is a community of traders where we share ideas about trading, where we share our analysis, where we share our results for inspirational purposes, of course. And if you would like to be part of the group, you have to firstly be subscribed to my YouTube channel, you have to like this video, you have to leave me a comment, and also hit me up on my WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is at the beginning of this video, so you can just simply send me a WhatsApp text with your name, and you have to also send me a proof in a form of screenshot showing me that you have indeed subscribed to my YouTube channel. Then from there I will save your number and I will add you to the group, and there are rules obviously that you will need to comply with, but I will let you know what those rules are. And it's not something to be worried about. I will just let you know what those rules are, and you will get into the group. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button right now and like the video. Also comment, you can say whatever, you can just ask any question that you would like to ask, then send me a message on WhatsApp and I will gladly assist you. So if you have any questions with regards to how I analyze the markets here on YouTube, you can just simply leave me a comment, or you can just also, if you have anything to be clarified, you can just send me a text on WhatsApp, or you can just post your question in the group and they will assist you, or we will assist you, if I can just put it that way. So without any further ado, let's just begin with this video. So now that is out of the way, let's get ahead with the video. So like I said, we are currently on GBP JPY and this is 4-hour time frame. So what we want to look out for on the 4-hour time frame, traditionally on my YouTube channel, as you may already know, we first need to establish a market structure. By market structure, I mean direction. Where is the market currently going? Is it on an uptrend or is it on a downtrend? So then once we establish that, we need to then find our point of interest. The point of interest can come in about 3 forms. The first form is by an order block. The second one is by a low. The third one is by a high. So we have to wait and see price removing a certain high or low, or we have to see price tapping into a point of interest, which will be an order block in this case. So right now we can very clearly see, when we're looking at the market here, we can very clearly see that this is an uptrend going market, right? So then what we need to then do is to find our point of interest, but we can't just, or you can't just take my word for it. We have to prove that indeed this is going up. But we can very clearly see here was our low. Down here was our low, right? Then it went up to put in a high. So then this is our higher low, this is our higher high, this is our higher low. So meaning that we expect the market to further push to the upside to put in a new higher high, right? So then that's why I'm saying this market is currently going to the upside. So even if we can just look at it from here, you can see from this higher high the market went down to put in this low, lower high, and lower low, lower high, lower low. Then it changed the character here to the upside, meaning that we are indeed going to the upside. So this is a confirmation that we are going to the upside. So let me just mark the break of structure, or rather the change of character that happened here, so that we can not be confused. And this was a break of structure to the downside when the market was still retracing. So this is how we have it. So if you want to be clear about it, you can just say this is a BOS, which stands for break of structure, right? Then let me just lock it, and you can just simply say this is chalk. So chalk stands for change of character. So this is a change of character. Then change of character meaning the change of direction. So then we have to now see, or we have to now find out which was the order block, or which is the order block that is responsible for the change of character here. So we can very clearly see here that we have the first order block being this one, or we have the first order block sitting here. All right, and again we saw price going to the downside and it violated that order block, so it's no longer valid. The second order block that we have is this one. So this is the order block that we're going to then keep a close eye on, because price hasn't yet gone to that order block. So we need to keep our eyes on this order block. So we're just going to also mark it, so that we do not forget where the order block is, or so that we can have everything visibly clear. Then once this is done, we establish a market trend, and now we have found our point of interest, and in this case is in the form of order block. So what we need to then do is to wait patiently for price to come and tap into this order block. So we want to see price doing something of this. It has to come and tap into this order block, then it has to go to the upside, and this will be our first take profit, right? So once price comes and taps into this order block, what we then need to do is we need to switch down to 15 minutes time frame. So we already know in our mind that this market is going to the upside. Then what we need to do is just to wait patiently for price to come and tap into this order block. Then once that happened, we then can come to 15 minutes time frame. So on 15-minute time frame, what we need to see, price removing or breaking structure to the downside before tapping into this order block, right? So in this case, the first level that we're going to then keep an eye on is this level. So should the price come and remove this level and tap into this order block, then this will be our break of structure before price tapped into this order block. So it will be something of this nature. So it will come and tap, right? So it has broken that low there, then it has to go to the upside and it has to remove this high here. Okay, let me just delete this, and this will be the high that we are going to be looking to be broken to the upside for a change of character. Then we can look to take a trade. So this is what I'm expecting to happen. Price will go into this, it has broken the structure to the downside. Then I'm expecting price to further go to the upside to change character to also confirm even on a small time frame or lower time frame that we are going to the upside. Then from there I want to see price going to the downside to a certain order block, then tapping into that order block. So while price is still up there, then that order block will be our buy limit. So I'm going to wait for price to come into that order block in a form of buy limit, and it will trigger my trade, and I will take it to the upside, and I will target that high on 4-hour time frame. So this is how I'm expecting this thing to happen, and for now there's nothing that we can do at the moment. We just need to wait and see how it unfolds. So I'm just going to quickly remove this. So all we need to do, we just need to wait to see price coming into this order block. So next up we have GBP NZD. Yes, this is GBP NZD, and we also going to go to the 4-hour time frame. So we're going to follow the same rules that we need to establish a market structure first. Then once we establish that, we need to find our point of interest. Once that happened, we need to see price come into our point of interest, then go into the 15 minutes time frame to see what is happening. So in this case, we can see here that it is going to the upside as well. So then let's just prove it. Like I said, do not take my word for it, let's prove it. So this was a high, let me just denote it. This was a high, and this was a low, and this was a higher high, a higher low, I can say higher high, a higher low. Then let me just leave these complications here and say this was now a new higher high, and now we had a higher low. So then what is happening here? Let's just take it from the higher high there, and let's prove that indeed this is going to the upside. We have let me just enlarge. Okay, so we have this high there, we have this high which was a higher high, then it came and put in this low, a higher low, then it failed to break the structure to the upside, then it put in a lower high, then it went to the downside to put in a lower low, lower high, and it failed to put a lower low, meaning that this is a signal that we might change the trend to the downside, because here we were going to the downside. So then here we expect the price to further push to the upside. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, and as usual, if I'm not making sense or if there's something that you do not understand, just make sure that you hit me up in the comment section down below, or you can just post your questions in the group and we will gladly assist you. So then we can see here that the price came and removed this lower high here, meaning that this is now a confirmation for a change of character. So this is a chalk. For me to save time, I'm not going to actually write chalk and break of structure. I already did on GBP JPY, so you have to get a gist of it. Then let me just quickly mark the change of character here. So this is a change of character, which is a chalk, and we have to now wait to see which order block is responsible for the change of character. So the first order block that's below the change of character, or that happened or that occurred before there was a break of structure to the upside or the change of character. So this was the first order block. So this is the first order block that we need to keep an eye on. This is the second order block that we need to keep an eye on. This is the third order block, and this is the fourth order block. So we have about 4 order blocks that we need to keep an eye on. Then we're going to firstly mark the first order block, then we wait for price to come and tap into that order block before we can switch to 15 minutes time frame. So once price tapped into that order block, we switch to 15 minutes time frame, and like I did on GBP JPY, we need to see price doing something of this nature. I need to see price tapping into this and changing character, then coming to the downside and taking us in for a buy limit. Then we're going to target a 4-hour time frame high. Then this is how the cookie crumbles on GBP NZD. At the moment, it's just a waiting game as well here. So next up we have GBP AUD. I would like to believe. Let me see. Oh, it's GBP USD. So next up we have GBP USD. I'm just going to quickly move to 4-hour time frame. So on GBP USD, we can see when we're looking at the market like this, that this is going to the downside. But what if we zoom out and see? So we have a low there and we have a high there. We have a higher low, higher high, higher high. Oh, come on. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and higher high. So price went to the downside and it changed character to the downside, meaning that we are currently going to the downside on this pair. So then this is evident that we are going to the downside, but like I always say, do not take my word for it. Let's just prove that indeed it is going to the upside. So here we had a high, right? Then price went to the downside and it put in a low here. Then we have a lower high here, meaning that this price failed to break the structure to the upside. Then this is a lower high. Then it went to put in a lower low here, lower high, lower low, lower high. Then let me just say lower low here, then lower high, lower low, and higher high. So we can say that this market is going to the downside, but here it says something different. It broke the structure, or it changed the character to the upside. So then, okay, fine, we do, or we follow price action. We do whatever that the price tells us to do. So it says here that we changed character to the upside because we were going to the downside and it broke structure here to the upside, but we are no longer going to the upside, to the downside, as per what is happening here with price. So we see here that we have a change of character. Then what needs to happen? We need to then look out for an order block that was responsible for that change of character. So we have about let's see, this is the first order block which price disrespected and it pushed through. Then we have the second order block sitting here, and that's where the price is currently at. So it says here we have this order block, so we have to then mark it out. So like I always say, on 4 hours, then we need to wait. Once we have established everything, we need to then wait for price to come and tap into this order block. Then from there we switch to lower time frame, which is 15 minutes time frame. So because price has already tapped into that order block, we are then switching down to a lower time frame, which is 15 minutes time frame. So then we can see here that price was here. This was a high, right? And it put in a low here. Then it failed to go to the upside to put in a higher high here, but instead it did a lower high. Then price went to the downside. It broke the structure here. So it broke the structure there, and let me just mark it. So this was a low that was removed before price could tap into this order block. Then let's mark the high that caused about the break of structure. So this is the high that caused about this break of structure to the downside. So meaning that this price then broke structure to the downside, it tapped into this order block. So what we need to then see happening is we want to see price going to the upside. We want to see price going to the upside to change character there. Then we will be confident that we are now going to the upside, because now when you're looking at it On 4-hour time frame, it says that we have changed character to the upside, meaning that we are going to the upside, right? But when you get to 15 minutes time frame, it says we are going to the downside. So we need to see the market realigning, I mean the 15 minutes time frame realigning with the 20-minute, I mean, why am I even saying 20 minutes? We need to see the 15 minutes time frame direction realigning with the 4-hour time frame direction. So in this case, they are contradicting, so we need to see them going along and saying the same thing. So in this case, we just need to wait for this price to come and change character, then it will confirm with the 4-hour time frame a direction that we are going to the upside. Then once that happened, we need to see price then coming and tapping us in for a buy limit to the upside. But for now, there's nothing we can do and other than to wait for price to come to tap in here. But the bigger picture, when we zoomed out, it said that we are still going to the downside, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if price doesn't come to change character here, right? Because the bigger picture, when we zoomed out, it said we are still going to the downside. Or if right now price doesn't go to change character here, we will then want to see price going to the downside and breaking this structure here. But if it then break the structure and get out of this order block, then it means that this buy trade is invalid. Then we can no longer take a buy trade. Instead, we are then going to look for sells. So guys, this video has been too long, but I think it has been informative. And yeah, so it has been your boy Lethabo Mampana Tisana. Until the next video, peace.